Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Bootroom Podcast. This is a very, very special episode. I'm joined by Jamie McCree here to my left, and Oliver Moore to my right. Me and Jamie are very, very ecstatic. Tell them why, Jamie.
We have just won the Premier League.
Yes, of course, but I think it's only right we start in the midweek fixtures.
Yeah.
Arsenal versus Palace. This gifted us the opportunity to only need 1 point to win the league.
Well, perfect result, right?
Yeah.
No one wanted to see Arsenal win because obviously an Arsenal loss, because otherwise Liverpool would have won the league. So more special to win a handful, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of
course. The scenes before the games, we all saw.
Yeah.
We all saw it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then now Arsenal are set to finish second for the 3rd time in a row in the Premier League.
These guys are a joke, man, by the way.
And I know, it's a complete and utter joke.
Oliver, what's your take on it?
I just think Arsenal, it's the whole fan base, isn't it? They go 5 games, we win the league. 10 games, we're winning everything. Like, they need to calm down.
Next season, we're going to sign Jay Glover.
They are next season FC, but just to know, it is the majority of the fan base, but it's not all of them.
Yeah,
is what I want to stress. Because there are some fine Arsenal fans out
Lee
there.
Gunner, I genuinely agree with
yes,
you.
Lee Gunner's
Lee Gunner, big shout out to Lee Gunner if you're watching this.
So obviously, as on the time of recording, it's game week 34, but this was taken on game week 33. I think you both would have seen it. So Liverpool have 79 points after game week 33, and apparently they're lucky that City and Arsenal have fallen off. City had 76 points after 33 games last season, so Liverpool have 3 more points, and the season before they had 79. So people that are saying, the Premier League's not as good this year, Liverpool have equalled or bettered City's record in the last 2 years, and the points that we could get overall, we would have beaten City's record if we get to 94 points in the last few years.
That's what I mean. It just seems like it's a bit salty from City, United, and Arsenal fans. That's what I mean.
It will change. If Liverpool win the league for the next 3 years, it's going to be, it's a one horse race. It's this and this and this. It's just like.
But no one talks about City because no one really challenged City, have they?
Well,
really?
I just say be happy that someone else has won the league.
I know.
It's a change of 4 minutes. Like, we want someone else. We don't want to see City dominating the headlines every year, innit?
Well, I think they should, because I don't know if you saw the empty seats at the
at
Wembley.
Wembley.
5,000?
Yeah.
5,000?
Yeah, something like that.
That's disgraceful.
And I mean, I was saying yesterday, I don't think the FA Cup semi should even be played at Wembley.
That's something that's been talked about a lot recently, has it?
It should be played at a neutral ground because
Wembley's kind of that special.
Yeah.
Like,
where neutral ground then would you say?
I mean, I wouldn't even rule out something like a Twickenham. I mean, you could because I think what I was saying that you could do like a place in the middle, but then you're risking that the stadium might not have 50,000 capacity. But I think Twickenham would be a good shout. Neutral.
Villa Park maybe as well.
Yeah,
Villa.
maybe just someone in the Midlands.
Because
it's basically in the middle.
Ellen Road as well could be
whatever. I just don't think Wembley, because Wembley's for the big occasions.
Yeah,
I do hear that, but I think it's a special moment for the smaller teams that get to the semi-finals to be able to get that Wembley experience.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I get it.
But Oliver, obviously Chelsea had a game.
What I make you finally win a game.
we actually won a game for once. So it's just been a bit of a. I don't even want to talk about it at the moment.
You're on the podcast.
As a Chelsea fan, personally, I'm going to put my hands up. I don't think we get Champions League.
That's what I was going to ask.
I don't think we get Champions League. You see our run. We've got Liverpool, City, not City, Newcastle, United. We should beat, and then Forest on the final day is the one where you really need to win. Surely.
Forest probably would have secured it.
So who finishes in the Champions League spaces?
I think Newcastle, Forest, and City. I think
that's unbelievable. I agree, and I love the fact that Newcastle are back. Yeah, I love the fact that Forest are out there as well. I really do. No, because I think with Newcastle, the way that they could have gone ahead, around FFP, but they could have gone and spent quite a bit more than probably what they have. But look, I think if they sell Isaac in the summer, they're going to have a big summer themselves. But I love the fact that an English manager's doing well.
I know.
It's unbelievable. Well done, Eddie Howe. I know you're watching this, mate. So.
Well, Jason Tyndall was steering the ship for quite a while over the last few weeks.
Absolutely. And I think it just goes to show that it's a team. It's not just Eddie Howe.
It's a team effort. That's
and there's a lot of English players in that team as well. So I think for Thomas Tuchel is definitely one to watch with Gordon and Harvey
Lewis
Barnes,
Hall.
Lewis Hall's up there as well.
All of them. Well done. Nick Pope, obviously, is going to probably be in there as well.
And now I think it's only time we talk about yesterday's game, Liverpool versus Spurs.
No, what about Brighton first? Brighton versus West Ham.
Brighton.
Yeah, but we got to build up.
All right. Oh, okay then. You've ruined the Okay.
So West Ham lose again, and obviously Graham Potter, is he really the genius that I thought he was? Probably not. A late comeback from 2-1 down for Brighton, and it now leaves them 11 points between 3rd and 10th.
That's, I mean, the race for Europe is getting very, very competitive for me.
That's mad.
I know.
That's mad. I mean, look, I think West Ham, David Moyes is obviously a sensational manager. West Ham were doing so well under him. and you don't know what you have until it's gone. I mean,
that's what I think. That's the thing I've been saying to some of my West Ham friends. You pushed the manager of David Moyes out, and now look what you've done at Everton. He's pushed Everton out of that relegation zone, and they're doing quite well for themselves. But West Ham, like we said before, like they'll go get a manager. It'll be a cycle with West Ham. They'll get a manager, do well with that manager, sack him after he's done well, and they'll get someone else who's rubbish.
Was it Lopetegui who was manager?
Yes, at the start of the season.
So just two horrendous managers. Really bad.
I remember it was Slaven Bilic, and then it was Pellegrini, and then it went to Moyes.
Slaven Bilic isn't a great manager either, is he? He's really
But
not.
but what I just want to note is that obviously we have the extra spot for Europe in the Premier League.
Well, we could have more than Europa League.
Because
Conference League.
eighth finish, eighth will get Conference League.
Yeah.
But that spot could go away if Palace win the FA Cup.
That could go away.
Yeah. For the league, it will go to Palace. If Palace win the FA Cup,
Palace get
the Europa League spot will go away.
Yeah, but I think
which means
are you counting Arsenal winning the Champions League in that or not?
No.
So if Arsenal win the Champions League and Tottenham or
United win the Europa League.
Are United still in the Europa League? Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it could be 10.
That's what I mean.
Half the Premier League going into Europe.
Bournemouth's up there as well.
But then we think about the relegation thing, and obviously the teams that won't be in Europe.
It shows the gap.
And you're just going to think these guys. I mean, even if you finish in the Conference League, you're still going to get more money than the rest of the guys. Not really that good, I don't think.
We talked about yesterday for you guys. Obviously, you want to get it off your chest.
I think you want to get it off your chest as well. No, unbelievable. Said you start, mate.
I absolutely love it. Of course, I was cheering. We have secured our 20th league title. I do not want to hear this absolute. I was going to swear there, but I will not swear. But I do not want to hear this nonsense about us only our second Premier League and our second league title in 35 years.
You start somewhere, and obviously City. We could claim as Liverpool fans, and I think we have done in the past, that City have bought titles. They've bought very good players. Liverpool have spent money, no doubt about it, but they've spent money wisely. They spent money with...
net spend is what you have to look at.
But they've spent the money knowing that, like, a Salah, for example, might not come here and do well, but he has. Whereas City go ahead and buy all sorts of players that have proven themselves. And it just goes to show that this summer we're going to have a decent window. We might go ahead and sign Isak.
Well, I mean, Van Dijk said he thinks the club is planning a big summer.
We are 100%. I mean, look, even if we signed Isak, I genuinely think he's probably the most high-profile player we've ever signed.
Yeah, how do we maintain this for next season? Maintain this title charge?
Because obviously, if Arsenal City spend, then it's going to be an incredible.
And I think they will spend.
Yeah.
So we do need to have a big summer. Where are the positions you think we need to strengthen?
I think the bench quite heavily. I think I don't know. I mean, I hated against Robertson a few months back now, but maybe a new left back. I think that's definitely needed. I'd say maybe.
I think we definitely need a new left back.
I think
get rid of Simicast as well.
Yes. Oh, that guy yesterday.
He grabbed the groundsman pitchfork.
Yeah.
Started celebrating in front of the cop end.
And I'm looking at this guy and I'm just thinking, seriously? And I don't know if you saw the groundsman. He was a bit like this.
I know. I saw it.
Pleb, mate. Get out of the club.
I know.
Seriously.
There's a photo in the dressing room. He's front and centre.
Oh,
you didn't play.
And he got like one of these cutout prems and
yes.
was like, it's like, oh, mate, seriously. You were at Olympiacos 5 years ago, mate. Now you think you're the dog's balls, mate. You're not. All right, seriously, it's not. So, all right, we're going to get rid of both left backs, right?
No. I think we keep Robertson for the bench.
We can't get rid of everyone. So Robertson would be good to stay.
Darwin's out. I think
Darwin's out. I think Diaz will probably go. Elliott's going to go.
You think Elliott goes?
Yeah.
And does Kelleher go? Because obviously Mamadashvili is coming in. Kelleher has a year left on his contract now.
I'm going to say no. I don't know. I feel like Kelleher could sign a deal for like another 3 years, maybe. So you're not going to want to leave Premier League champions.
So then what is the pecking order for?
The pecking order, Mamadashvili goes out on loan.
Again, you think he goes back out on loan?
100%.
I think Alisson proved it in the Champions League that he's got a couple another years.
I think they signed Mamadashvili to think Alisson's going to be gone
next season. That's what I thought.
I mean, there's going to be rumours that he's going to go to Saudi. Don't think it's going to happen.
There's always, with these big players, there are always going to be rumours of Saudi Arabia.
I mean, yeah, with Saudi it helps us with Darwin though, because I think he could probably go for about 30, 40, 60 perhaps.
Not 60.
Do you not think?
No. But we're still losing a big 50 million on that.
Yeah, we are.
Don't you have to pay Benfica some money as well?
If he starts one more Premier League game, which I don't think he will do.
I'm not sure until we put that post out.
Exactly, yeah.
Stupid boy. But yeah, I mean, we've got a solid midfield. We've got McAllister. We've got Szoboszlai. I'd still keep Endo. I think he's been decent for us.
For me, we obviously need a new left back. Then we need a centre back.
To replace who?
We just need a backup centre back.
Who?
Bournemouth, Dean Howson, or however you say his name.
Seriously?
Yes.
Could
Oh
you do the
my
double
God.
with Bournemouth and get
We
Kirkers
can't
as well?
sign Bournemouth's whole team.
No, we did it with Southampton. Why can't we do it again?
Because I don't like Houston.
Okay.
What about Kirkers? I think Kirkers would
Yeah,
be...
Kirkus 100%.
Yeah, and then
I don't think Houston's like the best choice that we can go for.
who else then? Enlighten me. Who else?
Grimaldo.
But that's not these.
Centre back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought you said left back, sorry.
Tom was linked with us a few years back, but he's 20. Like
He's 29, 30
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
and
Use
he's
someone
leaving on a
young,
free.
Bastoni, but he's going to want to start, which will then put Kalata to the bench.
And Bastoni's the left-sided centre back anyway. We have Van Dijk there.
Yeah, but mate, come on.
Come on.
Me for Premier League footballers, I expect every single one of them to be able to play with both feet, and I expect every single one of them to be able to move to at least another position.
Yeah, but Bastoni isn't a Premier League player,
But you know what I mean.
and you're not going to move Van Dijk to right centre back.
You know, I don't really get the difference between right centre back, left centre back. They're just centre backs, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, that's your opinion.
That's my opinion.
I disagree.
who would you say if it's not this Houston guy?
If we don't sign him, I don't think we sign centre back this
Come
summer.
on, of course we will.
Who then? I mean, we have
Let me
Nat
think.
Phillips and Reece Williams.
Yeah,
still
Nat
both
Phillips,
on our
please, Nat Phillips. Oh my God, please. Nat Phillips, well done on your goal, by the way, the other day. I heard it was a good goal in like the late.
Was there?
Yeah, late
Yeah,
goal.
he helped Hull. Beat Hull. I saw it. He headed it in.
Oh wow.
Watford lost again, by the way, but both of them. Were
Oh
excellent.
no. Let's get on to that. Let's get on to a bit of EFL talk before we talk about these
Yeah.
FA Cup semi-finals. I do know that QPR were 3-0 down to Burnley at home within like half an hour.
Yeah, they lost 5-0.
Yeah, they ended up losing 5-0.
I mean, with Watford, it's an interesting one because obviously the club aren't going to spend in the summer. Most likely, they never do. They're probably going to get rid of Chapman Hadze. They're probably going to get rid of Loser.
Is Cleverly still in charge, by the way?
Well, Cleverly's now linked with a move to Norwich.
Norwich. I
And
thought-
Norwich are going to be probably finishing higher than Watford, and they're going to spend more money than Watford. So then you think to yourself, seriously? I mean, we've got a good prospect of a team, and now all of a sudden they're going to go.
Exactly.
I'm just a bit...
What, disappointed?
yeah, I am.
Disappointed.
Because, I mean, if you own a football club, there's always potential to lose money, but there's also potential to get a lot of
Gain,
money.
yes.
And you would have just thought, spend it like an extra £30 million. You've got the money, spend it, get the club up, you're in the Prem. But the guy doesn't want to do it, so I'm not in charge.
Should we move on to a bit more of a happier story?
Yeah, of course.
Palace versus Villa, of course. Palace have never ever won a major trophy, and now they're in an FA Cup
They
final.
don't want a major trophy.
No,
They
never
want it
in their
back.
history.
Well, how have they got to the Prem then?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
I would consider the Championship a major trophy.
What?
Would,
Oh,
would you not?
no. That's not major trophies. Are the European trophies, of course,
And the Prem,
and the Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup.
No, I don't know.
If you're counting the Championship, you might as well count the Community Shield.
Oh,
which
come
means
on.
Arteta's won 2 trophies at.
No.
You can't disagree
All
with
right,
me.
fine.
But Palace managed to secure the win with only 30% possession, by the
Mental.
way.
Unbelievable.
Like at the
Villa's
start-
week's falling apart.
I know. At the start of the season, Palace were in a relegation zone.
And they were saying,
Yeah, we all had the things about Glasgow. It was like, oh, they're going to stay up, blah, blah, blah. Then I think Palace really turned it around in the end.
Yeah,
They've got-
they've turned it around massively. That is the thing. That is why they have to be really, really proud of themselves.
Yeah.
They've got to play at Wembley. Now they're going to get to play again.
yeah, well
I
done,
think
mate.
that after that challenge, I think that thing that Mateta wears has put a bit of effect on him.
Why is that guy wearing that ear thing? What's going on?
Because
Do you not remember
like
the-
16
the-
stitches? He's got like 16
The
stitches.
FA Cup where the Millwall keeper
Yeah.
booted him
Oh,
in the
so
head.
are they just protecting their stitches?
I'm
Yeah.
assuming. I'm not a physio. I'm not a medical expert.
I just thought I'd ask. Anyways, Malasar obviously had a great game. Ex-Watford player, well done.
Well, obviously, you had to get that in.
Yeah.
Mateta missed a penalty, but it was good. I thought when Mateta missed it, maybe just that momentum shift, but Villa didn't really look into it.
I had the City game on in the background yesterday, and I saw a photo, not a video, a photo of the Palace fans, and I could guarantee the Palace atmosphere is much better than the City fans. at
Oh, I
Wembley.
think because Palace don't really get to Wembley, but with City, I think it's like.
I also think Palace is a London club. I think they
Yeah.
have got a better atmosphere as well.
Yeah.
Monday night football, it's hard to go to Selhurst Park.
Then obviously, unfortunately, Forest got knocked out of the FA Cup to Man City.
Yeah, they didn't put in a great display, did they?
I mean,
I know.
On Saturday, I was talking to Nottingham Forest fans. They weren't very optimistic themselves because they didn't have a centre back. Olerena was out.
Oh, really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had no right back, so they were just playing 4 centre backs at the back. So it was.
But I didn't watch the game, but apparently Rico Lubis was playing up front.
Oh yeah.
Apparently.
Oh, do you know what else I saw?
Apparently.
Do you know what else I saw? I was watching it. Someone showed me. Haaland wasn't even putting them on the big screen. So Haaland had his iPad or something. He had the City game,
yeah.
and he had the Liverpool game on his big TV.
Well, that's just because he has Sky Sports on his TV and then ITV
Yeah.
on his iPad. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised he wasn't playing Minecraft, by the way. Because we all know he's an avid Minecraft player.
Well, now we do, yeah. Champions League. I can't really be bothered to speak about this. But,
Arsenal PSG. Big game this week.
oh, yeah, of course, it's not even happened yet.
Wait. Can we predict the FA Cup final first?
Yeah?
Palace versus City. Obviously, City...
City are getting back in form.
That's what I mean. City have this experience. They
My heart
played at
says-
Wembley before.
My heart says Palace 2-1. My brain says 2-0 City.
What about you, Oliver?
1-0 Palace. Mateta wins it in the 90th minute.
Oh, that's so, like, mental.
Bicycle kick from Ismail Assar. All I'm saying, 1-0 Crystal Palace.
Ismail Assar.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's run through the Champions League and the Europa League because obviously none of our clubs are in it.
Yeah.
That's literally only fair.
Arsenal versus PSG.
PSG are going to win. Sorry, Arsenal fans.
It's at Emirates. Just note, I'm reckoning a draw. I'm reckoning a 1-1 draw in this first leg.
I think.
Good point, yeah. No, I think PSG are going to win 2-0.
Yeah, I agree with you, Zed. I think PSG, if they get an early goal, then maybe. But I think Arsenal needs to create a kind of an atmosphere so PSG feel intimidated.
Yeah. I mean, Arsenal have started to really step up their atmosphere, to be fair to them, in these big games.
They're getting a tifo now, apparently, as well. I saw.
Yeah.
Flares.
No, it's been banned.
No, but that's because the club were planning another tifo.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Saka's going to be on it or something, I saw.
Welcome to the Emirates. Like, mate, you've not won anything.
They
in
were
Europe
planning,
yet.
what they were trying to fundraise was like basically an AI generated tifo that was like Money Heist. You know, the Netflix show Money Heist. Had like Arteta, Saka, all of these guys on it. But now the club, they banned that.
Liverpool's never done anything like that, has it?
I don't think so.
Because it's just a bit like...
I only see it in FIFA.
Yeah,
when we have tifos.
You don't need to have you don't need to have a stupid thing of Saka's face on. Do you know what I mean?
We've got a bit off topic now talking about
Sorry,
tifos.
yeah.
Let's Barcelona versus Inter.
Barcelona are going to win it comfortably.
What's the scoreline?
4-0.
In the first leg.
Oh, it's in. 4-0. I'm going to stick with what I say. I'm not going to look
What about
stupid.
I think Inter's going to win, I think that defence at the back, are they playing at home at first, Barca?
Barcelona are at home, yes.
I think if you go back to the San Siro, maybe nick a 1-0 lead Inter. I think Inter, they've done it before. They've shut up shop and just let people come in. But I think Bastoni, top class centre back. So I think Inter will win, in my opinion.
That's what I mean. If Inter win this game, they're gonna park the bus in the second leg. You know they are. They're gonna be at home. They're gonna be in
Barca
Italy.
is such a good team this year.
So for me, Barcelona need to win this, and I think they will do that. They're gonna win 2-0 comfortably. Yeah, Barcelona, of course.
I said 4.
And now
Is that a bit stupid saying 4-0?
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with it. But
Yeah, you're gonna have to stick with it. Now. It's too late. Europa League now. Athletic Bilbao versus Manchester United.
I'm going to be sensible with what I'm going to say. I'm going to say 2-0 Atletico Bilbao.
What about you, Oliver?
I don't know what to do with United because I remember watching. I was watching the Lyon game. I turned it off. All right, Lyon have won. I turned my phone on. Harry Maguire scored 100.
Oh, that was yeah.
I was like,
I couldn't believe it.
I was like, Maguire of all people, but
I tuned on to watch the Pens.
yeah, I was like, right, Pens, let's go. I was like, Pens, let's go.
I was like, bloody.
But hopefully, I think the Williams brothers will be too much for Man United.
Who?
The Williams brothers.
Yeah, they both play in the same team.
Inaki.
Yeah, they only signed from the Basque region. Athletic Bilbao.
So I think. Yeah,
What?
You didn't know
I've heard of that, but
Yes, they only signed from their region in Spain.
why? So
It's a club policy.
So both the Williams are from that area.
Well, they were born there. They're
mental.
Ghanaian, but yeah, they've grown up there.
He wanted Barcelona wanted him, but he said no. I want to stay at Bilbao.
Exactly.
So wait, so the whole team's like
Basque, yeah.
mental.
I know. And they're in the European
Yeah, but
semi-final.
Bilbao, like I said, should win 2-0.
And it's at their stadium, by the way, the final.
Yes, I learned that from Danny Kelly. From that interview, he kept bringing it up, but he got confused with Atletico Madrid Stadium.
Oh.
He
Oh
realized
yeah, I
at the
saw
end.
that.
Yes.
Rangers fans, two Rangers fans booked tickets to Atletico Madrid instead of Bilbao.
Oh God.
But then Ali McCoy was lucky enough and gave them tickets, so they.
You know, like a bit off topic, but you know, at the start of the season when we play those, especially for a big club, you play like I don't want to mention teams, but you mention like you play really small teams in the cups. Looking back at it, it's actually quite
Plymouth.
fun. It's actually quite fun to just like watch the little,
Plymouth.
but like watch Jaden Dans run past. I think
Well, he was out on loan.
yeah,
by
he
that
was. I think he's won a medal though,
How?
because I think he's played in the Premier a few times, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, I don't know, but no. To be fair, we do get 40 medals to
Yeah.
distribute.
I would
however
have
we
thought
want.
he would have got one. To be fair,
I don't know.
right? Spurs versus Bodo Glimt.
Spurs have to win, surely.
Yeah, surely.
2-0 Bodo Glimt.
Oh God.
Yep.
No, but I was talking to you guys this week. The pitch, Bodo Glimt raised a couple of questions because Mourinho had a go at it when they lost 6-1 because it's not an actual pitch. It's
Oh,
like
yes.
it's an artificial pitch, so it freezes over.
It's AstroTurf, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Mourinho's like, this is not acceptable for a European competition.
Well, I think Spurs are going to probably win 3-2.
Yeah.
Nah. 2-0 Bodo Glimt.
But mad. Well, we have got a lot to get through.
I know.
So,
Copa del Rey final. Have you guys seen?
Oh, I hate Bellingham. I hate Bellingham after
No. But I'm talking about the build up to the match.
Yeah, the poor kid.
So what's happened is that Real Madrid have posted a video, basically calling out the referee, saying that he's given Barcelona more wins in throughout his refereeing career, and the referee broke down in a press conference crying, saying that his kid in the playground is getting abused. Basically, kids are telling him, "Your dad's a thief. Your dad's a robber." Which is disgraceful from Real Madrid.
Why is the referee having a press conference anyway, though?
Because of this video that's been put out.
So they've been like, "Oh, we want to talk to you about it." And
well, we have sore losers, but we have sore winners, and it's obviously Real Madrid. That look, you can't win everything.
I know it's getting to a point where it's very embarrassing.
You know what
for
it
Real
is?
Madrid.
No. But you know what it is? They want to cause a bit of a problem. They want to then go off to the Super League. It's as simple as that.
I think this whole mentality thing started from the Ballon d'Or. I think it's gone down.
That's what I was gonna say.
The Ballon d'Or, that's just even if you don't win it, you've got to show up and support your fellow footballers that you play with.
And I think what they're going to start... if you go to the Super League, which I genuinely think is what they're trying to aim for, what are you going to have? AI referees? Robots?
I'm pretty sure off the top of my head from the Super League, Barcelona, Real Madrid and Juventus are the only ones that haven't officially pulled out of it.
Yeah.
every other club have pulled out of it.
So they just want to cause a
But I think Real Madrid need to realise that they're not doing as well. And I think Ancelotti's leaving. I've heard he's going off to coach Brazil.
They just keep throwing temper tantrums, and that's not going to get them anywhere.
It's not a good look either.
I know, that's what I mean.
It's not a good look for Bellingham either.
I know.
It's not. Bellingham's been shocking.
They got karma because they ended up losing the final in extra time. And then, did you see the scenes? 3 red cards for Real Madrid players. Lucas Vazquez, Jude Bellingham, and Rudiger. Rudiger actually threw an object at the referee.
Yeah, I saw that from the bench. Stupid.
It's disgraceful. You can't be doing that. And then he's apologised. I do not like Rudiger.
Yeah.
I never have. Even
but I think
when he played
Oliver's
for
right.
Chelsea.
I think since the Euros, I think Bellingham's attitude has been disgusting.
It's the Real Madrid mentality, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then Rudiger, I think it's a 12-game ban. I think
12 games.
Is that confirmed?
No, that's what they're hinting at for him.
So that's into next season.
Yeah. Well, he should.
Objects. Simple.
He should be banned for that.
Yeah.
If you lose the game, you lose the game. Just move on from it.
My shirt's falling apart. Really is. I'm just looking. Yeah, anyway. Quickly talk about Wrexham. Obviously it's great that they got back-to-back promotions to the Championship.
2 years ago, they were in the National League.
That's ridiculous.
And I love the fact that they're not even getting... They haven't been relegated.
That's what I mean. How do you think they will fare in the Championship?
Mid-table.
Mid-table, what about you?
I think we spoke about. I think Jamie Vardy. If Jamie Vardy goes down, proven Championship striker as well.
Arthritis in his knees, mate.
No, but Jamie Vardy, innit? He does whatever he wants. Drinks a can of Red Bull.
Exactly.
On the pitch.
What can you say? I genuinely think that they will struggle. They will finish lower mid-table.
I think they'll struggle as well because it's kind of a step up, isn't it?
That's what I mean.
You've got some Prem teams in.
But no one would have thought they would have done what they've done. So
it's a big gap between the Championship and League One, in my opinion.
Yeah, they've got I think a League 1, League 2 squad at best. But if they use their money wisely, they might nick a couple of players or.
That's what I mean. Their squad isn't good, per se. It is sort of Hollywood in a sense.
Yeah.
They're getting these promotions.
But they had Ben Foster playing there 2 years ago.
That's what I mean. Do you think in the near future we see them in the Premier League?
If they spend their money and invest it...
Well, mate, within the next 5 years...
Yeah, okay, next 5 years, do you think Wrexham get promoted to the Premier League?
Well, I think they'll be pushing it, but I don't think they will.
You don't think?
No.
I don't think so.
I think there is a world that we do. I genuinely think...
Imagine that, though, like Wrexham.
Wrexham, the mighty Wrexham. And
if
you told us 10 years ago when Leicester won the league that they would be playing Wrexham next season.
Yeah, the league's changed so much.
I know.
If you look at 20 years, there'll probably be a team in the Premier League now that's in League 2.
Or National League,
like Luton, probably heading that way.
It's disgraceful.
Mad. Because people just think when you get relegated, you're going to come back up. Not always the way.
Watford. What happened with Watford?
I don't think that's what happened with Watford, mate.
Well, are you back up? Yeah.
Getting there.
But you're not quite there.
I think they're looking for a striker, so you know it's cool. All right.
Let's move on to Emi Aluko's comments towards
woman,
Ian
man.
Wright.
Oh, my God.
If you do the maths on that, that's a goal a game. So, Essentially, she was accusing Ian Wright of dominating the women's game and football coverage and taking away opportunities from other women's pundits. And then she publicly apologized on her Instagram, which, okay, you can apologize. Why did you say it in the first place? You're backtracking yourself. And then Ian Wright made a video over on Instagram, and he did not accept her apology. What were your thoughts? Should he have accepted the apology first?
No. At the end of the day, if he doesn't believe that it's right to accept the apology, you don't accept the apology. You do what you believe is right. Just because Annie Aluko isn't a brilliant pundit, she seems to think the whole world's against her.
She's not a brilliant pundit. She's awful.
Yeah, she's just like a stirrer of the pot. Like, people want to turn on their TV. To be fair, the commentators and the pundits are the last thing that we think about. We want to watch the game, right? But for Annie Aluko and people like that to be making comments like Annie Aluko does, in the way that she does as well, don't go and out someone who's better. Don't go and out someone that's bigger. You know, you don't do that. We've said before that he's probably a bit of a mentor to her, right?
Yeah, he said that as well. He's helped her a lot, trying to help her teach stuff and stuff. But then,
okay, so it's all right for them. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but there's women pundits on a men's game.
That's what I mean.
Absolutely
and
fine.
a lot of them don't get grief.
Yeah,
because they're good at their job.
Yeah, and also we need to have a bit of diversity. But because there's one guy or two men on the women's stuff, it's like, oh, you can't have that. Well, sorry, who's making these rules up? Just because you don't like it.
I think Ian Wright, I think even before the women's game, he was there at the beginning, so it's not like he's jumped on this bandwagon.
He paid for like a Stoke City's players' medical bill.
Really?
Yeah,
because
Ian Wright's done a lot. Yeah,
they stopped playing. Like Stoke stopped paying for the woman to have a ACL treatment or something.
Oh, because I know ACL injuries are a lot more common in the women's game, by the way.
And overall, I just think he's a really humble. He doesn't need to do what he does. He's a good guy, and you know we've seen people that don't pay too much of an interest towards the women's game, and I think he does, and I think it's fair enough. And Annie Aluko, on the verge of getting sacked, she should get sacked.
Yeah.
You don't go and out someone like that. Prat.
Right. Can we talk about Harry Kane carry on his Spursiness into the Bundesliga?
Harry Kane!
Okay, he is set to win his first trophy this weekend. However, he's suspended for the game. He won't be able to play in the game. This is because he has picked up 5 yellow cards across the Bundesliga season. In my opinion,
you're joking.
Yes, the rules are harsh.
He done. I think most of it's just for time wasted.
No, because
so he'd been better off to get like a red or something a few games back.
Yeah. No, but you have to look at it. Once you get to like January in most other top leagues, you get a yellow card suspension when you reach 10 yellow cards. But for some reason in the Bundesliga, they keep it at 5 the whole season.
The whole season?
Yes.
Mad. I'd be done for, mate. I would not play any games. But yeah, no. You said. I told you don't tell me, but I think you were making it out as if like Kane was English or something that he couldn't play.
No. It's harsh ruling.
That is
in
a
my
harsh
opinion.
rule. Yeah.
Hopefully they should win it. Hopefully.
For me, he has to do the John Terry in the final. He has to come out at full time in a full kit, shin pads and all, and run on the pitch and celebrate. I'm pretty sure they do.
Well, unlike the Premier, we didn't lift it until
exactly
in the last game of the season.
Do you want to talk us through Barnet?
Yeah, just quickly. Obviously,
I saw you collab with Fogden.
Oh yeah, cheeky collab. Not bad. Obviously, we saw him before the game. He's actually quite a sound geese, to be honest. And they won 4-0. I'm a bit disappointed in the fact that the goals came so early. The first 2 were penalties. Who were they? Aldershot weren't even that good. I don't want to oust them because obviously I interviewed the assistant, but they weren't brilliant.
Did Kanu score?
No, Kanu didn't play.
Oh.
He wasn't on the bench either because he's injured.
I saw him coming in on your video. I saw him in a...
Yeah, so at full time, everyone's run onto the pitch. And obviously, we're all umming and ahhing, should we do it, should we not? Because they're put up signs, it's illegal to run on the pitch. And obviously, when all the stewards have come out to stop people running on the pitch, everyone's booing. They're like, we're going to run on the pitch anyway. And they're making chants about it. But the stewards were basically telling us, they said, you can run on the pitch. We're just here to make it
seem like we're doing our job.
Yeah. So everyone's running to the pitch. There's flares being thrown. That's when everyone's running. So my mate was at the front. I was with him. But everyone's trying to scramble on and you're getting a bit crushed. So I just stepped to the back and then I ran on. Obviously, you've got to do it, right? You've got to do it. And then I've seen Kanu there. And obviously, I was jumping. Everyone's with Kanu. And then I go over to Kanu. I don't know if you saw the video. No, the video's coming out on TikTok in a few days. And I asked him, so what's your thoughts? And this guy's sending snaps on his phone. He's like, I think he said 1 minute, man. I went, Kanu, what's your thoughts on it? And he went, we knew it was going to happen like this. And obviously...
he just knew it.
Yeah. He had bleeding on his lip. And I don't know why.
He probably got elbowed by someone.
But he didn't play.
Yes,
but
Yeah, maybe a fan accidentally
was-
elbowed him in the celebrations.
And then what happened? So after everyone's run onto the pitch, then everyone's basically cleared off the pitch, and then everyone's come back on.
Why?
And then they couldn't do the trophy lift. So what they've done is from the tunnel, because it used to be in the corner of the tunnel, but they've moved it to the middle. So they basically got like a ring of people with stewards around us, basically, and then the trophy lift in the middle of that big ring, because they were like, we can't get everyone off the pitch. And then what happened, I think, after they lifted the trophy, because I didn't stand in that ring, I stood with Thogden on the edge of the pitch. And then
The Thogden pitch invade, by the way.
yeah. I'll get onto that in a second. But so then everyone's, I think after they lifted the trophy, everyone's gone back in as a huddle, because that's when the players started to get a bit, some of them started to get a bit rowdy, like pushing people and saying, move away, move away. But yeah, Thogden actually challenged me to stay on the pitch the longest for them. He was like, I don't know when he's going to post the video. When would you think? 'Cause he was recording vertically.
It will be on TikTok. I don't know. A couple days.
Well, I think his video that it would be is staying on the pitch for the longest time. I think
Yeah.
he was on there for like over an hour.
I'm assuming for like YouTube Shorts and all of this.
And he challenged me to it, but then I had to concede defeat.
Oh.
And he was like, oh my God, like this. And yeah, so that was good. I mean, he's a really nice guy. And yeah,
I think he's a really nice guy.
I think he is a
Said
nice
that about
guy.
5 times now.
No, because I think he gets a lot of stick, and obviously...
He does it for the cameras. It's
Okay, and
obvious.
there's another video he's also recording as well. It was, can I order a pizza to the football ground? And I think he
Did
got
do
it.
Oh, fair
I mean,
enough.
he said that he'd get us a slice, but he didn't. He didn't.
Oh, Thogden let you down there.
I think he now owes us all a pizza each.
yeah,
of
I
that.
think he does. But he was just standing on the pitch, and then, yeah, I suppose you'll see on the video, I guess. Don't want to spoil
Should
it.
be continued.
Yes, hopefully it will be continued, because he wouldn't record for the sake of recording. It's going to come out eventually. Anyway, what's next?
Unique
Yeah,
leagues.
but I just want to take a drink. So.
Oh, okay. While
Oh,
Jamie takes a brief
Leighton
walk,
Orient.
go on.
Leighton Orient going down to the final day. They're in the playoffs at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, Leighton Orient could get playoffs.
League what?
League One. They could get promoted. I know Birmingham, Wrexham, and then we've got.
They're not getting promoted.
No, I don't think- I
I'll
think
say, I'll
they're-
say it right now.
I think they get bottled.
I don't know, Leighton Orient in the Championship. Watford away.
I think from the players in the Championship, I think Sunderland should get promoted. I want Sunderland to go up.
So do I.
Don't really care, mate. But,
Jamie, do you want to move on to
Yeah.
the,
No, I was going to say, Watford, how many away games do you think Watford have won all year?
2
Two.
or 1.
No, be like
I'm
really.
being honest.
3.5.
No, they've won 4.
Oh, I was close. I was closest.
They've won 4 away games all season. I was going to swear there. I was going to swear. Right, I've actually got a lot of unique stuff today, so it's just when you lot just sit back and listen.
Okay.
You
Sit back,
listen to me for
relax.
like 8
Enlighten us.
I'm going to be mucking up a lot of pronunciations. So,
Yeah, and I'm going to get onto you for it.
So let me start off with 14 league titles in a row for Ludogorets. I don't know where they play. No, they play in
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
Yeah, Bulgaria. So they've only ever finished first in the Bulgarian top flight. I know a Bulgarian, actually.
So do I.
Willie Orban, good player. They have won a European record equaling a 14th consecutive domestic title. They are now level with Skundo Riga from 1991 to 2004 and Lincoln Redham, who I believe played Gibraltar from 2003 to 2016. Mental. How have they won a league 14 years in a row?
I mean, Bayern nearly did it in the Bundesliga. They
14.
won about 10 in a row. They could have easily done 4.
Right, a team that we know a bit too well because they played Inter and they beat Inter a few years back is Sheriff in Moldova in the region.
Oh, Sheriff.
Yeah, in Moldova, obviously in Eastern Europe, a bit political over there right now. They're second in
political
Yeah, I'm
now.
not gonna.
Yeah.
But they are currently second in Moldova despite being undefeated this season. And you wouldn't believe it because the second place, usual second place most of the time. Now first place, Misselamia, definitely didn't say that right, are first despite suffering a whopping 6 defeats.
How does that work? How does
Sure.
that make sense?
All points won in the first phase are removed in Moldova, and Sheriff were 15 points ahead of Masami in it.
I do not.
Yeah,
The
get it.
math is not mathing right
Yeah.
now. I don't understand this, but if they don't win the league,
Right, okay. So it's the same thing that happens in Romania. So,
do the points get halved at the
Yeah.
end of the season and something like that?
yeah, but if the points get halved, then surely the deficit between the two sides is that's half as well, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
So if it was 15, then it'd probably be, because obviously that's an odd number. I think there'd be 6. And then I
6,
guess
yeah.
Sheriff have just been caught up.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know what, they do it to make it more competitive, and obviously,
it works.
It works in the
the
end,
small
eh?
population of Moldova, I reckon they're having a great time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people even live in Moldova.
10,002.5.
Let me check that.
0.5.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. Okay, there's two more before I feel like I'm going to fall asleep. So, Regia.
That's a bit rude. You're not enjoying our company
No,
today.
I am. It's just that I was partying.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That wasn't. So, Reagan can take a huge stride towards ending Dynamo Zagreb's 7-year stranglehold on the Croatian league by winning in the capital last night. I don't know if they won.
Well, check that right now for you.
Yes, you should.
I'm pretty sure this is after Dejan Lovren left. See what happens when you lose the best centre-back in the world.
It's true.
They lost.
They lost.
Yeah, see?
So,
No Lovren, no party.
so nothing's happened right now, but...
They lost to Zagreb as well.
Wait, so Zagreb have been champions every year. Wait, could you just check who's top of the league?
Wait,
and
so
then
who is top of the
how
league?
many games are
They're,
left?
they're still top of the league.
Wait, Zagreb's still top of the
No,
league?
Regic.
Okay, cool.
And there is
How many games? 2? 1?
3 more.
Oh.
And it looks very tight at the top, to be honest. It looks very, very, very...
Wait, can I just say there's a few things that I wanted to mention.
Okay.
Number one, Robbie Simpson has retired from management. So... He said, I mean, he finished 7th with Chelmsford, and I believe they're now a full-time club. And he was saying that he's a bit disappointed that they didn't reach the playoffs.
I also apologise for audio listeners because I clapped right into my microphone. It's
Sorry,
very
guys.
loud.
Sorry. Also, what else happened is Jordan Gibbs was at Liverpool yesterday.
Yes.
No, not Jordan Gibbs. Christian Patel.
Christian Patel.
And
Jordan
obviously,
ran the marathon.
Jordan ran the marathon in Manchester.
And the Paris one before.
Oh! And also...
I ran the London Marathon.
And also, Adam Thompson is free from relegation. And I just want to say, NK Mariupol in, is it Slovenia? I interviewed the goalkeeper, Menno Bergerson. Also, there's an old player who played for Atalanta. Is it? And then he got depressed or something.
Oh, I
Illich.
know who you're talking
Illich.
about. Yeah.
He plays for Mariupol. I think they're going to win the league. So, yeah. And, it's been a brilliant year for football. I can't believe we've come to the end of it. For a podcast point of view, we're incredibly lucky to have 4 masterminds, but also the Club World Cup and the Women's Euros.
Yes.
You don't need to lock in for the women's stuff because we're going to have a great time.
Of course.
Alessia Russo's going to score loads of goals. Serena Weigman's going to win the Euros once again.
Lauren James.
Yeah, she's all right.
Chloe Kelly.
Chloe Kelly?
Marriott.
Well, she might not even be in contention, but I think she
Oh.
should. But she obviously...
Millie Bright.
I don't know the
as
best.
Emma Hayes.
She's American's manager.
Oh.
But there's one more
My
thing
bad.
that I wanted to say. After Churro's promotion to the English 5th tier, so is that the National League, the division will have an all-time away day next season, so the longest ever away day, and it's actually 2. The distance between Cornwall outfit, Carlisle United, is 535 kilometres, which will take 7 to 8 hours to drive.
Jesus Christ. People are going
No,
to be sleeping.
but I've seen this, and apparently there's a longer away day. Not in distance, but in terms of how long it's going to take.
Yeah,
I saw this off TikTok, Rory Talks Football. He posted this. He said, and I can't remember the team, but apparently there's an away day that's half an hour longer in the same league for next season. But still, mental away days.
Yeah, because this team, like Churro, had to go to 2.
Yeah.
So that would have been one of them. That's all from me.
That's all from me. Anything else from you?
That's all
Oliver?
from me.
Okay.
But I also wanted to say, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, like,
What about
share.
what about your thing?
Oh, yes, of course. Because Liverpool won the league, I had to bring this in.
Yeah.
Because you'll never walk alone.
But Zayd's a glory hunter, so obviously it doesn't matter, does it?
Huh? Wait, sorry.
obviously the league title doesn't matter because we're all glory hunters.
Oh
around
yeah,
here,
yeah. We're all just glory
Actually,
hunters here.
scratch off. We've only won 19, haven't we? So
Exactly.
2020.
Oh no, this is only our second Premier League title.
Yeah.
Football started in 1992.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but
We're just a bad team, man.
But anyway, subscribe, like, share, follow us on all socials. Link in the description. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, guys.